The European Union election follow-up mission has urged Nigerian authorities to advance timely electoral reforms to restore public trust and confidence in order to facilitate credible, inclusive elections in 2027. The EU election follow-up mission Barry Andrews, who was the chief observer of the EU election observation mission in 2023, disclosed this in Abuja at a press briefing following a response by INEC to assess progress in the electoral reform as a fallout of 2023 election. Barry Andrews stated that having met with a broad range of stakeholders which include INEC, members of the National Assembly, political parties, CSOs and the media, stated that Nigeria is going by the reform in the Electoral Act Bill 2025, urged INEC and other stakeholders to conclude the reform as the country is running out of time. Hence, there is a risk of repeating the same shortcomings of 20.
So, the Electoral Observation Mission final report in 2023 made 23 recommendations. 11 require legal changes and 12 are administrative in nature. The mission identified so far that one recommendation has been fully implemented. 2 recommendations have been partially implemented. 8 are ongoing, 9 are not yet implemented, and in the case of 3 recommendations, it is too early to determine. So our evaluation indicates that progress in implementing the recommendations has been modest thus far and is in serious danger of falling to critically low levels. Avoiding this outcome will require both political will from legislators and urgent coordinated administrative actions by relevant institutions. Nevertheless, it is important to note that the majority of these recommendations are still classified as ongoing. What we find especially important is the strong alignment we see between the recommendations of INEC, of civil society through the Citizens Memorandum, and those of the EU election observers and the EU election observation mission. Each of these 3 processes was conducted independently, and yet they point in the same direction. Of course, there are some differences, but the convergence is striking. All 3 call for greater transparency, for stronger accountability for electoral offences, for inclusive representation of women, youth and persons with disabilities, and for reform that would give INEC the clarity and independence that it needs. This is a powerful signal, we believe, because it shows that Nigerians themselves, in institutions and in civil society, are calling for the same changes that international observers have highlighted. It shows that there is a broad and shared understanding of what needs to be done to strengthen future elections. To repeat, what is now needed is the political will to act on this consensus so that these reforms can be adopted in good time and fully implemented.
He also highlighted that the collaboration between CSOs and National Assembly is key in shaping proposals for a stronger legal framework. The EU Chief Observer mission, however, underlined that public confidence is very low despite efforts made and progress achieved in the contest. Andrews concluded a real-time verification of polling units and collation results will be a big win for INEC to allow citizens verify both paper and electronic results in due course.
The first priority concerns INEC. Public confidence in the Commission has remained low. A new chairperson will be appointed later this year, and the way this appointment is handled will shape public perception of the institution at a critical time. A transparent, non-partisan and merit-based appointment process will strengthen INEC as an institution and give citizens greater confidence that the Commission will improve its professionalism, neutrality and independence. This moment offers a real opportunity for a powerful signal of commitment to a credible electoral process. So I'd like to stress that this recommendation does not require a legal amendment. Therefore, the process of appointing the new INEC chairperson could be made more inclusive and transparent by, for example, publishing the names of prospective candidates and inviting civil society organisations, professional bodies and opposition to provide input. In this way, all electoral stakeholders could be involved. The second priority is transparency in the results process. We all saw in 2023 how quickly confidence can be eroded when polling unit results are missing, uploaded with poor quality, or collation appears disorganized. These deficiencies created doubts that overshadowed the entire process. The 2025 Electoral Act Bill now introduces mandatory electronic transmission of results alongside manual transmission. This is a welcome legal clarity and an important step forward. But legislation alone is not enough. Citizens need to see the results themselves. That means the real-time publication of polling unit and collation centre results. Citizens must be able to compare both paper protocols and electronic records to follow and verify the process step by step.